Hello and welcome back to Automotive Tales. Merry Christmas to all of the viewers. I'm recording this in my office/studio because this episode was supposed to be about me working on my daily car, the Audi A6 C6 Avant, and a few of the little errands I've been doing over the Christmas holiday. But thanks to my normal recording device, this iPhone, being now effectively useless junk thanks to its update, I don't actually have any videos with any audio to show you, or I have videos with intermittent audio, which is marginally annoying. So I'm going to start this video with a rant. Apple, what are you doing? iOS 18.1 stopped my microphones, my sort of lapel microphones from working, and 18.2 has stopped recording on the phone itself, which is really useful. So great, now I'm going to have to probably get a phone upgrade so I can continue to run this channel. Okay, so more or less rant aside, I'll talk you through the things we've been doing. I have got some audio from the various bits and pieces where I upgraded to 18.2 and started using the microphones again, and wasn't expecting the other bits where I tried to record on the phone not to work. So we went to do a bit of rescue mission on Nissan Figaro. Now I arrived to a car that wasn't starting, so the first thing we did was a battery test, only for it then to start straight away. So before I even got the kit out to do any recording, we had solved the problem. It was an earth terminal that had come loose, and by putting a clamp on the earth terminal on the battery to do a test on it, we'd resolved the problem. So I haven't got any footage of actually fixing this lovely little Nissan Figaro, but we did go out for a drive with the Nissan's lovely owner, Sophie. So I can now cut to some actual video with some actual audio all about the Figaro. So I'm here with Miss Soph, the lovely Figaro's owner. We had a small problem this morning with a jumping battery terminal, it seems. So hopefully this has solved the problem. It was clicking over, but there was plenty of life in the battery. So we found the loose terminal. It wasn't actually on the battery terminal, it was the next terminal along. But it seems to be fine now. She's working very well. I think John's had the magic touch, so taking her out for a ride and we'll see how she goes. So, Soph, you love driving your little Figaro, right? I do indeed. She's just the absolute best. And I took my partner's car out yesterday, and it just wasn't the same. So he's got an Audi A5, and driving to work, it just didn't have the same experience for me. This little thing is just, it's my pride and joy, and nothing will ever beat her. It's strange, isn't it? Because underneath, I think most people know the Figaro is effectively a Nissan Micra. And I would bet, aside a few people in the weird car community, would say that brings them the sort of joy this appears to bring for you. So it wouldn't be the same. It would not be the same. If I was driving a Micra compared to this little Figgy, I wouldn't get in it. It's not the same, and she's just so small, she's compact, and it's the joy that comes to other people's faces as well when they see you driving. I mean, the children that wave to me when I go past and when I'm dropping off my daughter at school, they all come running up to me and they're like, oh my goodness, what's that? And you wouldn't get that with any other car, and she's perfect. It's the joy of a classic car ownership in something that's actually, well, I mean, it is a classic car in its own right, but isn't, it is not a 60-year-old car, it's a 33-year-old car. But it looks like it's something from the 60s, which allows you the aesthetics of a true classic with a little bit more reliability aside the odd loose battery terminal. Yes, apart from that. But she's never let me down in the... I've had her since March. I've driven her every single day to work, and she's never ever had an issue. She's just been absolutely perfect. Which is interesting because I'm sure we've seen you driving to work, because a Figaro stands out like a sore thumb. Yes. And every time we see one on the road, I'm like, it's Figaro! It's me! And it's Soph. Which is very exciting. Yes. So we're going to go and do some more driving around in the Figaro, because why wouldn't you? And you'll catch me back in the Audi as we're going to rip the dashboard apart, and we're going to fit Apple CarPlay to the Audi A6. Hooray! Fingers crossed.
Okay, so the other job I wanted to do was to fit a hands-free and sort of Android Auto, Apple CarPlay to the Audi. So pre-Christmas I started pulling the dashboard apart, which turned out to be a massive job. So there is some footage I think that worked on that, so we will go and have a look at that now. Oh, that's satisfying. So as you can see here, we are going to fit all of this wiring into the car. So basically what the kit does is it goes on an interface between the head unit and the AC controller. So the head unit and the AC controller, and interfaces with this little box here, which connects with, it's got a little Wi-Fi antenna, so it connects to the phone, gives you Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So I think the first thing I have to take out is this little vent here, which will give me access to all of this. And I'm probably going to need the glove box open because the little interface box will go in here. And I have noticed the glove box light is on, which means the first thing I'm actually going to do is pop the bonnet and put the car charger on the car while I'm doing this, because what I don't want is a flat battery. Okay, we're about an hour in and I've finally got that panel out. I'm not going to do a how-to video because there are much better videos online, but effectively you've got these one-way spring clips, well not quite one-way, but almost one-way spring clips on the top here. There's one on the side over there and there's another one just here. You've got to be able to release all of those at one time and be able to pull this forward. And so I've actually damaged one of the blades in here. I'm going to have to reseat that and take this all apart later. Yeah, you can see that one that's slightly on the squiff there. To put a hook in and grab this to give a bit of force to pull it away from the dashboard. So that is phase one. Phase two, I think, is then to try and get this out and that out, which should now, there should be a couple of screws. I don't think we need to take that out, but I think that needs to come out there. And there may be one over this side, which means I'm probably going to have to do the same again here. Ugh. Right, so the dashboard is quite a lot more disassembled now, so we had to take the trim panel off the other side, take all the switch gear out of the dashboard, and disconnect all the wiring to get to the screen for that plug right there, that one there. Only to realise it's not this end of the plug I need, it's the other end of the plug, because I misread the instructions, which is in here. So I think there will be some threading through, because I've still got to get this unit out, because there's a load of stuff to go in the back of there, but I didn't need to take the screen out, which is marginally annoying, but that's a problem for later. Now I've got to get this lot out. Quick status update, because I'm about to run out of battery and patience. I've had the glove box out, I've done all the wiring behind there, I have one wire to feed to this unit. Can I get it from behind the glove box to there? Can I hell? But the problem is, because I'm doing it with the glove box out, every time I do it I have to take the whole unit out, which is almost as much as I can lift, and then feeding it through as best I can with a cable tie hooked to it. And every time I put the glove box back in at great pains, I can't get the cable to feed through. It pulls back through while I'm busy finagling the glove box into place. And I don't think this is a one-person job. I need somebody to hold the weight of that roughly in situ, so there's enough flex left on the cable to pull it through, then bolt it up, which would be easier with an extra pair of hands. So I'm sort of stuck. Glad it's not just me that's struggling with this. Even with an extra pair of hands, getting that wire through that hole, past all of the metal work that sits inside here, which you can't really see on the camera, is proving a little tricky. Wouldn't you say? Yeah. Okay, so that's as far as I got before I lost light. I then went back and filmed some more in the morning, which is when I no longer got any audio again. This problem appears to be a little bit intermittent, but getting worse. So effectively, I got the whole dashboard apart, and I can show you the audioless video where we're getting a bit of a funny screen. So it doesn't do this all the time, but it seems that the box we've fitted just gives us these scratchy lines. I think there's either an issue with the cables I've installed, or one of them's got trapped somewhere or got damaged, because the length of the cables is very tight to fit behind the dashboard. Possibly because the head unit's the wrong way around, I think, in my car. So it's plumbing into the further away head unit rather than the closer one, which is a CD changer. But those won't come out, annoyingly. The head unit bit is stuck, which is the bit with the nav and the SD card slots. So I couldn't get it out to swap them around. But yes, I'm waiting on the company that makes it to suggest what they think might be wrong with it. It might be the actual box that's failed. So that's going to mean the whole dashboard coming apart again. Yay. But you can get out of that hazy screen back into the normal menu, which means I can still use the car until that is fixed. So the last job I wanted to do, which is where my audio woes started at all at the beginning of this, was with iOS 18.1 when it stopped the DJI mics that I've just bought from working, which was to fix the van. So you remember a couple of weeks ago the van went in for its MOT, it needed some new sills. This is my little Transit Connect, which is my sort of going to the tip vehicle. It's had 2 new sills on, which is great, but they've only got a very thin layer of white paint on, which means they're not going to last more than about 3 weeks before they turn into cornflakes, as all Transits do. So I'm going to put some nice stone chip protector on those. I have got some time-lapse of me doing that, which you're going to see in a second, but I don't have any of the intro or outro bits I had recorded to that. So here's some gratuitous time-lapse to end the video of me painting the sills and showing you my underwear because my jumper isn't quite big enough, and that's going to be the end of the video. But before I go, one last thing I wanted to share with you, which arrived just the other day. How cool is this? So Ring Automotive was celebrating 50 years of being in business a couple of months back, and they made a whole stack of these, which are little Lego minis with all the sort of Ring spotlights, rally lights on, and the little Ring logo on the roof. And these were very, very limited edition, but they've done another batch just before Christmas, and I was able to get my hands on this. So thank you, Ring, for considering me in your limited number of people to get one of these cool little Lego minis. So this is going to be my Christmas Day build. So I can build, because everybody builds Lego on Christmas, right? That is literally what Christmas is all about, building Lego. So I'm going to build my little Lego mini on Christmas Day, which, as I'm recording this, is now tomorrow, because I spent so many days trying to get audio sorted. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with the spray painting the sills on the van, and I will catch you probably in the new year for more actual automotive tales content rather than me sitting talking at the camera. So I hope you have a lovely festive period with all your family, and yeah, we'll see you next year. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Figaro, 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 Figaro.